And we're back with the PCC Multiverse. My name is Gerald Glassford from Pop Culture Cosmos and Game Source. I'm here along with my good friend, the man, the myth, the legend behind Mario Party Wars. He is the leader and CEO of Mario Party Wars. Mario Party Wars. Check them out, Mario Party Wars, on Facebook and also on Twitter. They do a lot of great stuff. They're those crazy kids that are taking over the internet and also board gaming and video gaming as well. It's Salvador Villa. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, Gerald. How are you?
I'm well. And as I guess I've always called you our aficionado in regards to board gaming, and I wanted to make sure I talked to you real quick because I know you've got a lot lined up for this weekend that you're preparing for with Mario Party Wars. And once again, if you want to check out all the great stuff that they're doing, please check them out today on Mario Party Wars and Twitter, on Facebook as well. They are doing a lot of great stuff over this weekend, but a lot of things that I wanted to talk about real quick here was in regards to the summer season. You know, things tend to slow down a little bit, less TV watching. People go out more. People like to do other things during the summer than just the normal routine things that they do during the course of the fall and whatnot. So I want to ask you, board gaming is now a great thing out there for a lot of people to do, as it always has been, but it's now bigger than ever. So what are some of the games that you suggest to people out there about, what games to play, if they have parties? People have a lot of parties during the summer as well. So what games do you suggest out there are the ones to watch?
Well, I guess the really good thing about tabletop games in general is it's not a seasonal thing. You can play them almost whenever you want. And then
that's true, but we have more time in the summer. I think more free time is usually available, don't you think?
No, yeah, and of course. So I mean, I haven't gotten the chance to play too many board games this year just because with finishing school and I finally graduated, and it's just been a very hectic year. But I did get the chance to play a few things.
And congratulations
along the way.
And congratulations to you, Sal, on graduating from UNLV. Absolutely,
Thank you.
I know what that trick is like, and just truly admire what you've gone through, and want to just wish you well with everything now that you're embarking on more great things.
Thank you, Gerald. But yeah, so I actually don't. One of the games I don't have on me, but if you like Battleship and if you like very quick pace, quick time style games, Captain Sonar, which came out last year, it's actually a good game, especially I would say over the summer especially. You do need a total of 8 players to play, but basically it's like playing real life Battleship because you're playing 2 opposing teams, each one of them composed of 4 players, and you're consisted of a captain. Forget what the radio guy is called, but the one that handles sonar, an engineer, and the lieutenant, the one underneath the captain. And basically, you play against one another, moving your submarine. You're all given a map grid that you basically move along, trying to find your opponent, while also making sure that your opponent can't find you, and strategically using your weapons that the engineer lets you know when you can use them to attack your opponent's submarine. And the really cool thing.
It sounds like Battleship amped up to 10, plus a little bit of the Hunt for the Red October, correct?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. And the really cool thing about the game is it's quick time. So whatever happens, if you get attacked, you want to make sure you move as fast as you can. You don't want to wait because the game is all based on what the captain states, just second per second. You don't have a moment's notice to stop and delay anything. It's all about just moving around the grid and then trying to counterattack or trying to figure out where your opponent is. And it's a really fun game if you're into very quick base, very strategic style games and co-op games in general. That would definitely be a great game to play over the summer. It's a highly recommended game overall.
Oh, sweet! So that's Captain Sonar. That's correct.
Captain Sonar, yes, correct.
Sweet. So what else you got as far as people? Because I tell you what, there's a lot of great games out there. I know Target, Amazon. There's a lot of great national entities that sell board games and have really gotten into the board game scene. But
Yeah.
what another game that you think in particular people should point toward to is?
Well, a game like especially for people who are new to tabletop games if they've never really played them before. One of my personal favorites is called Machikoro. So this game. I guess it's like I would describe it as like a combination of Monopoly and like resource building. Because basically what you do is you have money and you use this money to buy buildings, and each building provides you with potential resources or like different effects to that forces your opponent to like do something later on. But what makes this game really cool is it's literally about just buying and rolling dice, because the way you use your cards is they each have a number that corresponds to dice rolls. So your actions are usually just based on what you roll on a dice on, and it's a really simple game. It's very easy to pick up. It usually takes no more than like 5 to 10 minutes to teach someone. But it's also one of those games that like you have to be very strategic because you never know what your opponent's gonna roll. You never know what your opponent might do, and so you want to focus around like how you're going to accomplish getting your landmarks. You need a total of 6 landmarks to win, but also focusing on what your opponents are doing and ensuring that they don't get those landmarks first. And so it's like a really easy game where it's very easy to pick up, but yet also pretty strategic in nature. And it's a really easy game, like just everyone can play along. And if you're one of those competitive guys, this is also like one of those games that you can get really into with your friends.
Sounds like it indeed. And what's the title of it again? I'm sorry.
Machikoro.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that really sounds like, especially if it's something easy for people to get into, because I know with everybody's time is limited now in the modern age. Some people that get intimidated as far as getting into board gaming because they think it's going to be this long, involved process that they have to totally, reshape their thinking of. That sounds like a really great thing that people can really get into in a quick fashion, correct?
Yes, correct. And it doesn't take long. Usually only lasts about 30 minutes to an hour at most.
Oh, sweet indeed. And that's great for parties because, when you're at a party, you have people's attention only for a limited amount of time, whether because the food will be done or somebody's grilling out there in the backyard, or maybe somebody else will want to have a conversation with somebody else in another part of the area. So definitely a 30 minutes to an hour game where it looks like people can block off that period of time and stay focused and still have a great time, and that adds on to a party that's so much more. So what other suggestions do you have as far as board gaming is concerned?
Well, I just got this game at a convention earlier this month at MeepleCon. And this is another great party game, especially if you don't just want to like roll dice or use cards or stuff. This is a game where like it's a lot more interactive, and it definitely allows a little more variety, especially like at parties or like more large gathering socials. It's called Voodoo. Hopefully you can see it. And this is by Mayday Games. Yeah, it's backwards. But
no, we saw it. So it's Voodoo by Mayday Games. Okay.
Yes, and basically it's a game where you try to get a certain amount of curses, which act as points to win the game. What makes this game really cool, though, is when you play a curse, and you're always playing a curse on someone else. I think it's up to 4 players. It's like 4 to 6, 3 to 6. When you play the curse on someone else, they're always forced to do something really like random or wacky or something. So I know when I played with my friends, I think if I remember, I had to croak like a frog before I passed the dice. I also had to keep my hands together when I hold the dice. And so it's like just these really simple, random things you're forced to do just to make the game more interactive. And it's that kind of like interaction that I really like about certain type of tabletop games like these, because it's like a game that everyone can just really be comfortable with their friends, just doing like random things to one another. And it's kind of like a really good social breaker kind of board game. And it's really easy to pick up on just because it doesn't take long to teach anyone, like 5-10 minutes tops to really teach someone. And it's a fairly fast-paced game, usually no more than like 30 to 45 minutes. So I definitely recommend Voodoo for one of those social breaker style games.
Absolutely, because you may get into a situation where you're with a lot of other people that you may not be familiar with. So this looks like definitely a great icebreaker indeed, and that's Voodoo by Mayday Games. So look out for that. Like I said, Amazon, Target, Walmart, they're also into the board gaming scene as well. But locally, I know you wanted to mention something new opening up here in the Las Vegas area.
Yeah, so there is an upcoming tabletop store called Tables Board Game Spot that's actually opening next week. They're beginning June 14th. And they're an upcoming tabletop store, much like Meepleville. They're trying to provide like a social experience where people can just come in, rent out games or buy games. But just like Meepleville, there are different aspects is that they're actually going to be, they're also going to provide like, it's a bar type of area. It's going to be like a bar lounge type of tabletop store. And so, you know, you can play games and also order drinks. Whether it's like just coffee, whether you're just not the non-alcoholic type, or whether you actually want to get a beer or something like that. That's an upcoming store that's coming up next week, and it's also being opened up by 2 UNLV alumni, so that makes it really cool that it's locally graduated students that are opening this up. And yeah, I mean, I've heard many good things about them, and me and Mario Party Wars are looking forward to the opening event for Tables Board Game Spot, June 14th.
That's awesome. We'll definitely look forward to it indeed. That's Table Board Game Spot, June 14th. If you are in the Las Vegas, Henderson, or North Las Vegas area and you want to check that out, a brand new board game store opening, and more like an experience indeed. So that's definitely something to look forward to. But before I let you go, I gotta ask more info. How can somebody out there know more or find out more about your awesome organization, as you know, as the main guy in the know in regards to Mario Party Wars?
Well, first off, I'd like to thank you. We really appreciate all the work all the support you give us at Pop Culture Cosmos for Mario Party Wars. It's truly an honor. But yeah, the way anyone can get involved in Mario Party Wars, easiest way to find us, just look us up online. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Those are our most active social media areas you can find us. Besides that, we're always hosting events. Like currently for me, I have my own little summer program known as Goomba Game Nights, and I've been hosting this at Reboot Gaming Lounge, which is over on Durango and Desert Inn. And it's a really cool store. I host just various social gaming events. Today, I'm going to host a Tales of the Arabian Nights session night, which is a tabletop game, storytelling game, basically. But yeah, I'll be hosting things ranging from other party style games. I might do like a mini tournament or two. And these are all every Thursday from this month until the end of August. So it'll be going on for about 3 or 4 months. So, and these are always every Thursday at Reboot Gaming Lounge. Besides that, our semis are coming up next week at UNLV, and then our finals for our Mario Party tournament come up in July 15th at UNLV.
Check that out on your Twitch channel as well, correct? Mario
yes,
Party.
We stream on Twitch and YouTube all of our tournament-based events.
Absolutely. You know, I always forget about the Twitch channel, but you also always do the first-person action gaming on Thursday nights as well, or at least late Thursday nights when you can, correct?
Yes, my vice president hosts first-person shooter Thursdays currently.
Sweet. So check that out. Mario Party Wars on Facebook, Mario Party Wars on Twitter, and also Mario Party Wars on Twitch to catch all the latest stuff going on from these crazy kids at Mario Party Wars. I just love saying that. So. But, you know, Sal, I truly appreciate you being part of the PCC universe. We just truly appreciate it. In fact, when I'm going to E3 next week, I just want to let you know you'll be right there with me. Mario Party Wars will be right on the back of my shirt. I got the logo right there already made out. So just want to let you know we truly appreciate and value Mario Party Wars being part of the Pop Culture Cosmos experience. Thank you so much for giving some suggestions to people out there for this summer on some board gaming ideas. And of course, as soon as you're able to come back, please come back on the show to give us an update on Mario Party Wars and even more thoughts on the board gaming scene.
You got it.
I appreciate
Thanks a
it.
lot, Gerald.
Anytime, Sal. That's Salvador Villa, the CEO of Mario Party Wars, giving you some great ideas this summer in the board gaming realm. And this is the PCC Multiverse.